Welcome to Inner Mongolia.
Every day in Inner Mongolia was adventurous and every day was a good day. In just 5 days, we traveled over 2,000 kilometers here in Inner Mongolia.
Okay, I've got to tell you, it feels like it was 2 weeks, but in fact, it was only 5 days because we packed a lot in. We met so many people, and we had a lot of surprises.
Sharing a 4,200 kilometer borderline with Mongolia and Russia, Inner Mongolia Autonomous Region stretches across the northern edge of China for 1.18 million square kilometers, or about 12.3% of the country's terrestrial territory. This immense expanse of land is home to more than 24 million people, rich landscapes, and abundant fauna and flora. At the tail end of this summer, a prime time to experience Inner Mongolia, we rode horses across grasslands, hiked up mountains, and wandered through villages to soak up the excitement and development of this dynamic region.
Established in 1947, Inner Mongolia is actually the first provincial level autonomous region for ethnic minorities in China. So I think a taste of local culture is a must if you come here.
Well, I did have a taste of the local culture. I did squeezed into a local costume, and it was fun.
You're okay. For me, the memory of horse riding will last forever.
Inner Mongolia is one of the most ethnically diverse regions in China. In fact, 55 of the country's 56 ethnic groups can be found here. And coexistence is almost woven into the cultural fabric of this region. Statistics show that about 1/8 of all families in Inner Mongolia are multi-ethnic. Of the region's residents, more than 4.2 million identify as ethnic Mongolian, accounting for the prominence of their culture across the region.
I've always wanted to try horseback riding here in Inner Mongolia.
Well, this is the perfect place to do it because Inner Mongolia is famous for its vast grasslands and Mongolian horses like these.
A trip here without getting in the saddle is like going to the ocean without a dip into the water.
Very well said, exactly. So how do you feel being on your horse?
A bit nervous, but excited. You know, because of their intrinsic bond to horses, Mongolian ethnic group is often called the ethnic group on horseback.
Well, that connection is true. And the way I see it, the horses represent the spirit of Inner Mongolia. The people are strong, tough, daring, diligent, and they're welcoming, and they have a close bond with nature.
Yes.
Wow. Wow, so beautiful.
Thank you. I love your costume too, actually.
Thanks.
A typical Mongolian outfit consists of a hat, a deal, a type of long coat, boots, and accessories. Now suited and booted, so to speak, we were ready for our next experience, food.
Hi.
Hi, 你好。
欢迎来到大草原。
Thank you, thank you.
跟我们说这都是什么吃的？
我给你介绍一下，这是咱们那个草原上的风干牛肉干，这是乌兹墨，这是果条，这是奶糖，都是用那个牛奶做的。我给你们倒点茶，
好的，
尝一尝那个奶茶。
谢谢。干杯。
Cheers.
切干这个多呀。
It's quite nice.
It's quite different from the sweet bubble tea we normally had.
Yes.
This is made of local tea milk and some salt. And it's very hot, but it's nice.
Okay, it's great.
Try some of the snacks here.
Okay.
谢谢。
白吃了，白吃了。
Thank you. Well, speaking of nature, we found a place where local people saved nature and created a hidden, spectacular oasis.
Great, and for me, I am amazed at the diversity of the landscape and also the rich resources. What's even more amazing, local people, they don't take it for granted. They're finding the best way to live in harmony with nature. It used to be a deserted place with only sand and stone, but through transformation, it has transformed into a recreational resort that has been favored by local people.
It took some vision, but more than vision, it took hard work. Look at the water, look at the sunshine. Check out the beaches.
And more than 2,000, actually 200,000 people have visited here. And also it adds tons of jobs for local people.
Yep.
So the transformation has changed their lives.
Great job. Let's relax.
Shenzhenwan is a perfect example of how trash can be turned into treasure. Little more than 3 years ago, this place was barren and grim. That all changed in May 2019, when the whole area was given an enormous facelift. The environment cleaned up, water improved, and supporting infrastructure put in. Today, Shenzhenwan is enjoying a new lease on life. And this restoration project is just one of countless across Inner Mongolia, showing how the region has been prioritizing ecological conservation and pursuing green development, and taking the lead in making China's northern border areas into a more beautiful place.
Inner Mongolia is best known for its grassland, but actually the region has varied natural landscapes, from prairies to forests, from mountains to lakes, from wetlands to deserts.
I can imagine. The region spans so wide along China's northern border.
It's the country's important ecological barrier. A lot of greening efforts have been made over the decades to protect the environment, the nature here.
Right. Building a green Great Wall along the northern border.
Exactly. How do you feel now?
Well, I feel very close to nature, the water and the lush green trees.
It's Arshan National Forest Park, home to well-preserved forests, volcanic landforms, and mountaintop lakes. A lot to see.
More to discover.
Unsurprisingly, we aren't the only ones to enjoy Arshan National Forest Park. In 2021, Arshan City, where the park locates, recorded over 2.2 million tourist visits, and tourism revenue exceeded 3.2 billion yuan. This demonstrates that lucid waters and lush mountains are invaluable assets. But such natural treasures do not come easy. They are the result of persistent protection actions over the years. Most notably, a logging ban in the area's state-owned forests since 2012 inspired thousands of loggers to lay down their axes to protect the trees they once felled. Across the whole region, Inner Mongolia has adopted a holistic approach to conserving its mountains, rivers, forests, farmlands, lakes, grasslands, and deserts, and the results are phenomenal. Over the past decade, about 8.13 million hectares of forests and 19 million hectares of grass have been planted across the region. Grassland vegetation coverage and forest coverage increased from 40.3% and 20.8% to 45% and 23% respectively. And as desertified area and sandy land continued to decrease, the number of sandstorms fell sharply from 4.9 days to 0.6 days per year.
You know, I remember the first day when we arrived, and we were walking in the grape field, and we ran into a guy and his wife, and they were so friendly. They invited us to their home, they shared wine, smiles, and stories.
Great, and for me, I remember this training center for embroidery. You know, behind that local, delicate craftsmanship, I saw passion, I saw hard work, and better lives for sure.
Sylvia, it feels so good to be out in nature. You can smell it, you can feel it, you can see it, and we're in the middle of all these grapes, the vineyards.
Right, and you see, they look actually quite small. You know, much smaller than the usual ones that we see because they're only for winemaking.
Ah,
It's the local industry.
Can I try one?
I won't stop you. It must be very, very nice.
It's very sour.
Okay. They only ripen around Mid-Autumn Festival.
Okay, so the line is, don't eat the fruit until it's ripe.
Yes.
Nestled at the foot of a horse saddle-like mountain, Ma'anshan is a small, sweet village blessed with agreeable weather and idyllic scenery. Amid China's rural revitalization drive, it is tapping into its local advantages, like rural tourism and grape cultivation, to boost development. Today, it is home to over 233 hectares of vineyards, and the fruit is helping to sweeten the lives of the local people.
Hey, 你好。
哎，你好，
大爷您好。
你好，
您好，您好。这是您的葡萄园吗？
这是我的葡萄园，
面积有多少啊？
面积这块是1亩半，边这还有2亩半，共计4亩地。
这些葡萄也是酿酒。
这些葡萄就是酿酒的葡萄。
您家里有葡萄酒吗？
有，这是咱们这个纯汁酿制的，一会儿到咱家厂上
可以
品尝咱这个山葡萄酒。
We can try some wine at his house. 你现在就是感觉生活过得怎么样？
现在的生活，我觉着比就是过去那里说是强100头。因为啥呢？就现在这就说国家的政策、党的政策，特别咱们老百姓种地还有养虎，你像农民呢还有这个养老金，这些各等等的方面吧。种葡萄，他的那个啥呢，收入就是比种玉米比他的高出2倍的收入，甚至到3倍。我们的收入过去就是2万块钱左右，现在嘛能达到8万到10万左右。所以我们的感触的就是啥，跟民族团结，把我们村的那个做一个例子，就是啥，谁家有啥活，不分什么民族，大伙都去，大伙都齐呼啦的。现在我们家呢是3个民族，有蒙族、满族、汉族，我们都回来这11口人。
It's very cool to go from the beginning where the grapes are to the wine.
咱们自己就是刚刚看那个山葡萄产的酒，来咱们尝尝。
欢迎你到我们家来，这块玩儿。
Encountering the lovely couple in the fields and sipping their mellow, fruity wine in their courtyard will be an unforgettable memory. Their cordial, contagious smiles tell of their contentment. It seems that while they take care of their grapes also take care of them.
A 7-hour drive away from Ma'anshan village, we see how embroidery training programs are helping to pass down traditional culture and skills and fill the lives and pockets of tens of thousands of people.
Wow, look at all the beautiful work that they're doing, and they're working diligently.
And very concentrated.
Absolutely. Oh, this one's beautiful. Let's take a look at this. 你好。
你好。
This is 非常漂亮. How long has she been doing embroidery?
就是您学刺绣学了多久啊？
学的是1个多月，绣的时间是1年多。
How has her life changed since learning how to do this?
就是学完刺绣之后，就是觉得生活上有什么样的改变？
完了呢，自己的心情上这玩意儿特别好。咱们毕竟是岁数大点，有什么犯愁的事儿也少不了。完了绣这个啥也那个都忘了都，完了心情上特别好。就这些，就是自己的爱好了，喜欢这个。完了还挣点钱，还得补贴家用，就这样。
挺好的。But you can tell from her smile. 就是你一个月大概挣多少钱？
大概差不多正常就是2000多块钱
一个月。2,000 yuan a month. Pretty good.
It helps the family, yeah?
Definitely.
给我试一下行吗？
Do you want to try this? She's asked.
She would love to.
试一下吗？
就是我拿这个针，就是
坐这。
OK。
Have a seat.
I cannot imagine in a month she would be able to do this. She's a quick learner. I think I would need like a few years maybe.
Since 2016, over 100 free embroidery training programs have been launched in 173 villages across the Hortin right-wing middle banner, benefiting over 21,000 people. The products are sold across China and gains shared by embroiders.
So I think many times we go into a tourist place and we don't really realize what's behind it.
Now you see.
Who makes these things and where do they make it? What do you think that might be used for?
Feet, put my phone in.
Of course. Perfect.
And most of these are floral designs. It's the local style. Like they tend to design stuff that really reflect their real life. It's about flowers and nature.
Nature, I think that's the whole thing, It's nice on you.
Pretty good.
Right.
通过手工艺这个艺术的这种参与、提升、增加收入呢，我们的当地这个农民在变，他的思想境界在变，审美观念在变，他的整个素质在提升。我们绣娘当中很多家庭里面，孩子们在他母亲手里面，现在也在学习这个刺绣，手把手的传承，对下一代孩子们的影响力特别大。
Over the past decade, 1.57 million impoverished residents in Inner Mongolia were lifted out of poverty. The per capita GDP of the region increased from 42,000 yuan in 2012 to 85,000 yuan in 2021.
We're approaching towards the end of our trip in Inner Mongolia, so what would you miss about it?
I will miss the people, nature, culture, and harmony.
For me, everything. I would love to come again and show you guys more.
A lot of people have heard about Inner Mongolia, but you really must come to this part of China to experience it for yourself.
Welcome to
Inner Mongolia!